welcome back to another weekend. It's late afternoon. We've just been working on the exhausts all morning just to knock them out and get them done. And
finally, they are done. So we just got a pressure test. Devon's, mine's been done. Mine's finished.
fittings are on.
Fittings are on. Polished, welds polished.
Drain bung.
So finally finished.
I just put some acid on mine, so I just got to give it a quick polish after I pressure test it. So we'll chuck some pressure in it now and spray it down with some soap. See if we get any holes. You get the soap from outside. So we'll just put a line in with the tap, plug it in. Last week we blew these up to 90 psi and they handle it, so spray some soapy water and see if there's any holes. It's leaking out the cap. I think we're pretty good. No holes. We're finished. Now that was a mission. And they sort of look like chicken legs. Or turkey legs. Sweet. We're getting close onto the engine covers now. So over the week, last weekend the old man made these. So I'll insert some video here.
Well, it's an off Saturday. Devon's still tucked up a bit in bed, fast asleep, but he finished the other exhaust last night, so I've brought it into work and I'm going to machine the flange. So there it is there. I'm just setting it up, clamping it down, then I'll run a DTI across the front here to make sure it's square and machine the front nice and flat. Stay tuned. got a small witness left there, but I think we're going to call it at that. We've got coverage up to that bolt hole. The rest of it is nice and clean. So we'll call it at that, call it done. So I've moved on to making the rods that go through the back cover for the hinge. So I'm just going to scallop the end of this bit of tube on each end, just so that we can put those into there, like so, and then Devon can weld them on and they'll form the male part of the hinge. So I'll get on with it. Perfect. So now I'm going to crack on with the female part of the hinge. Got these blocks of aluminium that are off our jet intake, come in very handy. So we're going to make a female hinge part that looks something like that. So I just faced one side, I'll just turn them over now and thin them down to the right thickness, do the same on the length, and then mill out all the inside here to form those two lugs, and the scalloped piece that I did before will end up going in there. Right. So I'll crack on. Later, we now have some female hinge pieces, so I just need a bit of a clean up, but basically that's that. So that goes there, that'll go there with a bolt across there, and this scallop tube will go in there, and the tube part will go into the cover. We'll show you that when we do it. But yeah, not bad. Time to go now. Everyone's packing up, finished for the day. So I just got to clean up my mess that I've made. Bit of aluminium everywhere. Clean all that up, and then I'm off as well. Cheers. So we've got the last machining operation on these headers. We just mounted them up the other way to machine the turbo flange. So I'll give that a skim now to flatten that off, and then machining will be done. So we paired them up so we can do both together. So I'll get on with that now.
Making them. we have the dimple dies to put the dimples in our engine cover vents. So we made these as well, and I will show them doing one. So that's the die that pushes in, that's the receiver. So when I do one, I'll insert that here too. Sweet. So we're prepping to chuck the exhaust on and give it a go, chucking it on the old man's boat. It's going to be a bit of a wrestle to get the bolts up underneath the exhaust, but we'll see how we go. Just cleaning some tape off and the old soot around the exhaust outlets. So we got some new gaskets. They came all the way from Australia. We've got new intake and exhaust gaskets.
Hopefully they're the right ones. eBay purchase.
So that's the old middle gasket right there. Oh look, eBay.
Fancy that.
They look right.
Intake.
Platinum series.
Holden and Suzuki.
Part number. Holden. What Holden does that suit? That's interesting.
If it's the right one.
Looks the same. Think. Must be a Victor or something like that.
But before we do that, that'll work out whether we put the O-ring in the back of that and leave that bolted on or not.
Chuck the exhaust on, see if we can get to it. Yeah! No, that's my one. What's that noise? What's the plan?
Well, we've got to put the... Oh, they're not 14 mil.
They're 12.
Must be. Oh, I need to make sure they're all tight. I'm pretty sure they were. I'm going to put the Loctite on these.
If you want. You want some blue?
Yeah. quite tight. Right, that's the old one, squashed flat.
To hold with those lines.
So we put that on. I had one made up, didn't I, or did I not make mine up?
I don't think you do. I think you can still get to it. We'll chuck it on right there and have a look. Take the hook, Oh, your bit's twisted.
Right, where's my new gasket?
Sure.
Oh, you gotta take these bolts in, probably.
You want some tape?
Yep.
Hand access is limited, so we're going to tape the bolts in, so hopefully we can keep them in there and get your hand up there and give it a little jimmy. If it's going to work, I don't know, but
I might have to take the engine out yet to get up there.
you probably want to put one little piece of tape over each one.
Yeah, probably do. Or stretch it and call it quits at that.
Where's the masking tape?
Probably won't better pull the tape off to turn the bolt.
Put them on too far, otherwise you might lose a bolt out the back and have to pull them off again.
Oh, there's not much room.
You gotta lie down, and I didn't have all that oil filter stuff on my side.
Yeah, that's what I say. I might have to take it all off yet. Nah. No way, Jose.
Yep. Got one in.
Really?
Yep. Do you want me to swap places? Right, I'll give it a go. We'll get back end of Saturday, and we managed to bolt it on without having to take the engine out. You could just sneak your hand and a spanner down the gap here, behind here, and we just put a spanner on and put a piece of wire on it and pulled the wire and turned the spanner around. So that means that everything can start being bolted in for the last time, hopefully. I've said that before, but this time I have a bit more confidence. So the turbo's off, getting some bolts ready for that. Port it. Gonna port it. But anyway, morning we'll have to put my one on.
Just going to grind that out a bit to match the flange. It's a bit smaller, so we'll have to strip that down. We've got to fix this bracket because we've shifted it around, clocked it around, and now it doesn't line up properly, so I slotted that but the wrong way, unfortunately, so we've got to fix that up. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah, so we'll get my exhaust on in the morning and then carry on with the engine covers. Is the plan anyway. Sweet.
Well, I've got a few things on the go this morning. I ported the intake of the turbo just to match the manifold. So I got that on the go. I've tightened all that up, but we do have to modify the mounts for this. I slotted it, but unfortunately slotted it the wrong way on one of them. So that's got to go on there and meet up to that. So it's 14mm different to the original, the way we've clocked it. So we'll have to sort out a new bracket. So I got to do that. And because I want to put the turbo in, I thought I might as well put all these fittings in the pump. So these reducers have got to go into here, into all of these, so that when the other fittings turn up from the slow boat from China, we'll be able to put those in. And this is tucked in behind the turbo, so I thought I'd get as much on this done as I can before we chuck it in. So just putting all these fittings in. Cool. So about to fit the second exhaust manifold, so he's just in there cleaning up his messy flanges. Once he's done that, we'll bolt that on. Then we can get back onto the engine covers once that's there. So, going good.
Wow. They're done. Beautiful. Both of them got their exhausts on. That is a huge milestone complete. So, time to get onto our engine covers. Let's do it. Beautiful. Looks the part.
That matches our scribed line now, so that should match the port nicely.
We're done for another weekend. Expected to get a lot more of the engine cover. I know I said that last week, but unfortunately I ran out of gas. These things happen. But the biggest milestone ever are the exhausts. They're both in there and both done. They're all ready. We've ported the turbos, so once we get the pump and everything set in there with the lines out to the jet unit, we've drilled some pilot holes up there where the lines are coming out to each cylinder. Get a view on this one. So top two and bottom two, and they'll come out into the cylinders. So what I did get done on the engine cover was just tacked up this one, and we did those holes, and then I ran out of gas, so that was it. So we just started bolting some bits in and getting it all sorted, and had a clean up, so it's actually slightly tidy.
Slightly.
Are you glad to be finished your exhausts?
Sure am. Quite proud of them though.
Yes, they do look the part. I finished my oil relocation, that's all done as well. Bolted that on just for testing the angle of the turbo to make our new wastegate actuator brackets and see how far I had to move it. So Graham's gonna design up some new ones. So yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.